One, two, one, two, one, two.
Fine. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Does it work? Okay.
And good afternoon, everyone watching us on YouTube. This is the start of the 2025 Pacific Coast Open, live from the Pacific Indoor Bowls Club here in Vancouver, BC. And we are just starting match day one. This is game two of the round robin of the Pacific Coast Open mixed pairs. We have an interesting match today between some local bowlers. The rinks of James Chen and Anita Lee will take on the rinks of Earl Look and June Huan. My name is Bill Curry, and I will be bringing you this entire tournament over the next few days here at the Pacific Indoor Bowling Club. But I'm pleased right now to be joined by my colleague, renowned bowler who's represented Canada on the world stage, Jim Aiken.
Thank you, Bill. I'm really appreciative to be here.
I'm happy to have you here today.
This should be exciting.
So we've just started the first end, and it's Anita Lee leading us off with the opening bowls. Are we in trial ends?
We're just in trial ends.
Okay, so we've got plenty of time to talk about the tournament coming up here. This is the second edition of the Pacific Coast Open here in Vancouver. This is a great tournament that has a big prize package for bowls in Canada, $13,600 on the line between all the teams in the mixed pairs and singles coming up later in this week.
Yes, we can't forget part of the naming convention is against with the Matheson Foundation, and that's Bruce Matheson was an excellent bowler, world renowned, bowled all over the world for Team Canada, and one heck of a competitor.
Yeah, and we have a really nice feature on Bruce that we'll be showing once we get into the singles competition on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Right.
We have a lot of bowls coming our way this week. We've got two matches scheduled for you this afternoon, one coming up right now, as well as the final match of the first day of the round robin for Group 1s, 2, and 3, I believe it is. And all of that that'll be coming up at 3:30 this afternoon Pacific time.
Right, and I like the format how they're doing this. And that's the pairs are first, followed by the singles. That many of the people that are playing the pairs are also playing the singles. So this gives them a real opportunity to get to know the greens.
Yep, and it's a really fast format here in the mixed pairs. I mean, essentially, groups 1, 2, and 3 will pretty much complete their round robins today, won't they?
Yes, it's a one-day format. Tomorrow, I believe it's 4, 5, and 6, which I'm in. So I'm hoping to advance myself. While they're doing the trial ends, I might as well just tell people that this is the second round. The first round was completed this morning, and if you'd like, I'll give you the breakdown of who won.
Yeah, please do. I'm sure many are interested.
Okay, and I apologize if I get names wrong, but here I go. Scott Packer and Vivian Chan beat Paul Lee and Fanny Young. And I don't know if I should give the scores or not.
No, well, it's up to you.
No, but Scott Packer and Vivian Chan won their game. Armin Stoll and Massey Ischel against Barbara Shy against Norman Young. Barbara Shy and Norman Young won their game. So Armin and Massey lost theirs. Okay, next one. Vincent Mai and Jordan Koss defeated Joe Chan and Shirley Choi. So Vincent Mai and Jordan Koss there. Nathaniel Hoy and Jillian Poon were defeated by Pat Bird and Serena Matthews. So Pat Bird, I believe he's from Alberta.
That is correct.
And he's and Serena advanced. Well, they won their first round robin. Now the amazing thing is, now we've got the game we're going to be showing is going to up against two people that have won their game this morning, and so that's James Chen and Lita Lee beat John McDonald and Joanne Cooper this morning. And now they're facing Earl Luck and June Huang, who defeated Walter Knock and Shirley Ma this morning. So we've got, so this game is pretty important. Whoever loses this will be their first loss, and nobody wants to lose in a round robin.
Yeah, and they're two really interesting pairs as well. I mean, I've been listening to all of the results from this morning. If you talk about some of the names that are here, such as Pat Bird and the young player Nathaniel Hoy, who's so impressed at this tournament last year, certainly people who are extremely familiar with lawn bowling in Canada will recognize a lot of those names, and just speaks to the quality of this tournament.
Yes, I mean, people have come from all over the place to participate in this. We have people from, I saw people from Australia today. I'm not sure. I'll have to find out who they actually are, because I was surprised to see the shirts from Rodney.
Yeah. Okay, so just okay, so we are just about set to go here as we finish up the trial ends here at the Pacific Coast Open. We will be ready to begin in just a moment. Okay, we've handled that little audio problem that we've just underwent. So thanks for letting us know. But we are just finishing up the trial ends here, and looks like we are ready to go with the first bowls of our coverage of the Pacific Coast Open, match day 1, round 2.
And before we get into the center of the game, and it's going to be tight, we're hoping anyway. I'm just going to give a shout out to some people that I know that will be watching, and that is Mark Raymond, who's in Chile and who's actually touring the United States at the moment, and my sister Darlene, who's actually watching, a very great supporter of me in bowls, and Denise and Louise watching from the UK. So a real shout out to them for following the sport and being active as they are. I thank them.
We've had viewers from all over the world last year, and I expect that'll continue this year as well.
Yes, and I I saw some players here from Broadbeach shirts. So from Australia, I'm sure that they are having a good time, and I'll find out more information about them as the day progresses.
Okay. Well, that's June Wong with her first bull up against Anita Lee's two leads start the match.
In case you're wondering, Anita V is the one bowling now and also has the white bowl.
And Anita Lee off to a great start with her opening two bowls. Blanc with her the bowl of the first half. Bowling with the Tiger TX Blues. And close up of about a meter short.
The Pacific Indoor, in case you're wondering, is only have six rinks due to the building construction. So it's quite a feat for them to put on such a competition with only six rinks. So congratulations to the organizers of this event.
And it's just been non-stop. June Huang with a third ball. And looking to maybe break up that set by Anita Lee. There are three white balls surrounding the jack at the moment. It's to be holding at least two, as the skips will head down to the other end to do their part of the business.
Yeah, this rink four has got, as you can see, has got a ditch on the side of it. So players tend to, it's hard to get your head around the fact that you have to go pretty close to the ditch in order to make that swing in.
Exactly, and the need for such narrow bowls when you're playing those rinks with the ditch. I remember when I started out playing here, playing with a bunch of arrow grooves, and you would literally, they were so wide, you would literally need to ride the ditch just to get it towards the middle of the rink. Yeah.
James looks like he's got a pretty good bowl here. Look at this.
Look at this by James Chen.
Oh,
Far, but never complain about those back bowls.
and Earl's about to bowl. He was actually the national singles champion in 2018. And well deserved. He's a great bowler. He's a very, very good player.
Yeah. Earl had an excellent tournament here at the Pacific Coast Open last year. And certainly be one of the contenders for this year. This first bowl comes in, and finally they seem to have an answer for Anita Lee's initial bowls there. Nice shot by Luck.
Just where he wanted to be, just in front of James's bowl.
And James Chen with his second ball. This is the first of 14 ends that were scheduled for this afternoon, or a 2-hour time limit on the map, whichever comes first.
Look at this.
And look at that by James Chen.
Yes.
Right now, it touched the jack, so it gets the chalk, and that's going to create an interesting dilemma for Earl Luck with his next ball.
See how he does this.
Coming in, trying to maybe move that orange bull off the jack.
Yes, I believe I believe the jack is touching the bull, so I think what he's trying to do is actually just tap it, and it goes back, and they Anita, sorry, uh, June is. Oh no, I'm my mistake. I'm getting the bulls mixed up myself.
No. James Chen with his final bowl of the first end, pretty strong position here if you his orange bowl is holding for sure. It looks to be Anita Lee's second one. And maybe a measure for third, but we'll see. They're going to look at things. If the third bowl comes up off to the side, hey, Jim, if you're Earl Luck, what are you looking at here?
Well, I would say just tap that jack, and it would go back to, I believe, Anita's is the white bull, so it would go back and they'd pick up a few.
Last bowl of the first end.
Just overcompensated.
And yeah, that's going to brush past June Huang's lead bull. And looks to be two at least, and they may measure, or they're going to have a look at that third. Let's see if perhaps there's a third point out of this. So they score two, and it's a very good start for the rink of James Chen and Anita Lee as they start off with a 2-0 lead after the first end.
Okay. Okay. Now that they're coming this way towards us, we'd be able to see it more accurate around the jack, other than depending on just the camera view.
It does help, but also these, I think these overhead cameras here at PIBC has certainly been quite an improvement in terms of being able to see exactly who's holding during these live streams.
Yes, I agree with you there. It's I've been amazed. how well we could see that from the distance we are from them. The cameras really did show it.
It's more of a mid-jack, middle distance that they're playing here. Right. Of course, both of these teams very comfortable, no matter what length the jack is played at. Another strong ball by Anita Lee.
These players get to practice a few days beforehand. And of course, practicing and playing a game is two different items. And so they are not allowed to practice on the green they're going to play on just before, other than the two bowls that they threw up for trial ends. So when it comes to any game, really, the first two ends are the roughest to get the understanding of the greens.
Let's remember these players spend a good part of their winters playing here at the PIBC. And it's what's interesting. This tournament is right at the start of the indoor season, so these players are just making the transition from their outdoor clubs to indoors. And anybody who's played this right now, they're two completely different games.
Yeah, and for those people that are wondering about the indoor, I understand that this year was the first year they actually had it open during the summer. So people come and enjoy it, especially if it's raining outside. It's really nice in here, I can tell you.
Yeah, it's a very important community gathering space for the lawn bowling community here in Vancouver.
Look at this bowl.
Very nice bowl there by Anita Lee. Just drips it beyond. Or sorry, that's June Huan's bowl.
That's right. Yeah.
Looks to be lots there for the skips to work with as they change ends.
Yes, both leagues seem to have the right line, so they got their greens pretty well okay. So that shows that they're getting used to the greens, this particular rink.
Things Shen will come up light with his opening bowl here. With the colorful purple and white bowls. Always been fond of the dual color bowls there. Bit hypnotic going down the green.
Looks like he still could be down two there.
Chen will walk down length just to have a look, and it could very well be Anita Lee's opening two bowls right now they're holding.
Again, this is the only three bowl pair, so you can't depend on that fourth to get in there.
And it's coming a bit too much weight.
Yeah.
And Chen with an opportunity here to perhaps lay one more in there just before the final bowl at the end.
Yeah, he's got came down to have a look, so he's now well aware of how short he was. So
a little bump there just to get Anita Lee's bowl closer. It's Yeah, they confirm they are holding two with the Real Lux final bowl coming up here in the second end.
Yeah, all coming down to have a look. It's a tough situation with the bolts in front, and I I think he would prefer to take his the ditch side down. But that orange bowl that's a bit short could be in his eye.
So, a big decision here early on in the match for Luck as we finish up here the second end. Coming down with a bit of power here, looking to maybe take something out here. And he takes the jack, and we'll see it's going towards, it goes into the ditch, and it'll be marked at the 2 meter mark, which looks to be where Anita Lee is holding. And the question is, how many are there?
From my angle, it looks like it's possibly 2. Of which it is. He didn't lose anything anyway.
Yeah, it was pretty much break even, but they're going to measure this just to be certain by the looks of it. So,
yes.
But it's good to see them taking risks like that so early here in the match, where you certainly have the opportunity to recover from something if something goes horribly wrong. They're having a good look at that one, just to be sure. And they're down 2. So,
okay. Yes, and with only 14 ends, it's Bill is right that early in the game you can come back, and let's see how they handle this. I found a lot of people when they get down right away, they try to overcompensate, and next thing you know, they make things worse. They can't. Their weight goes off, their green goes off. But I think these are really good. They've all won something during their time, so they're used to the pressure. And June is actually won in 2024. Last year, she was the bronze winner for the provincial women's pairs. So she's used to competition also, being in a situation. So
and a little smile there from Anita Lee just before she delivers her opening goal. Good reason to smile so far. Up to a good start at 4-0. Still many ends to come here. We've just started the third end, but once again, starts quite bright on that.
she seems to have her weight down very well. Very well. Well, that's what it's about. Weight and green. You got it.
That's why. Oh. That's their opening ball to the bat. Takes the tee. Anita Lee will actually take the tee. right from there.
Yes, I expect a lot of jack movement in these games.
On top of it, with this quick one-day round robin format, number one priority is not so much you want to build up the points, but the number one priority is not to lose. That's a very good response there from June Ron.
Yeah.
And Anita Lee's final bowl of the end. It's up a meter and a half short.
Based on this morning's game that Anita and James played, they dominated their opponent. So they were really on a green that they must have enjoyed because they just, as I say, dominated the first game. So
the leads are done. The Jack is quite exposed right now in the front, as you can see here. But once again, Anita Lee taking the lead here with the lead holes.
yes.
All three ends, she has come out ahead after the first three.
You move somewhere, disappear, you're all talking. Yeah. And yellow. Graham has two kids. Really? Graham, right? He's got two kids. That's pretty fun. And oh,
Jen's opening ball.
he's not going to be happy with that. It's so frustrating when you have the perfect line and you're just to come up a wee bit short.
And luck trying to find his distance. And his opening is all here for an end. Wow.
James is coming in. How's he doing? Well, that piece of shit.
If he can come in on the inside of that orange bowl, and he's coming in, and that's one of Earl's best shots here early in the match so far.
Yes, it looks like there's a good second shot from this angle anyway. So great position. And Earl has one more bowl left. So
It's Shen with his final bowl of the third end. And that one all the way back towards the ditch.
well, I think he's anticipating if he comes up with a bit of weight and chips that jack, it's going to go over that side and hopefully not out.
Luck's final ball. Just going to drift on the head.
Yeah.
And Anita Hill, Anita Lee, I should say, has come on strong here for this rink so far in the first four ends. And it looks like they took 1 point. Yeah. As we go on to the fourth end. But,
I'm very well impressed with Anita's bowling at the moment. It's really, I mean, she is by far, out of all the three players, dominating this at the moment.
and showing the value of having a great lead. I mean, skips tend to get a lot of the star status around here, but leads can win you a lot of matches, and Anita Lee is off to a great start here for the ranking.
Yes, it certainly, when the lead gets the bowl on the jack, it puts pressure on the opposite team. So that's, wow. Did we just jinx it? I don't know. We just, I hope not.
And Jim Wan with a back bowl behind the tee.
It looks like Anita compensated well.
I was about to say it's a great adjustment from Anita Lee after opening bowl fell quite short, but that's quite a good answer to that. Excellent ball from Anita Lee.
Oh,
Virtually
yes.
identical.
Yes.
Jim Wan. Bad ball. Maybe enough to hold second, but once again on her final bowl here in the fourth end, it's Anita Lee winning the battle of the leads so far.
She's certainly putting the pressure on the opposition. Earl and June are struggling there. But each end can change.
And number 4 with 14.
James struggling with his green there, but hopefully you can adjust for next time.
So, getting bowl. It's a little off to the side.
I'm not sure if we mentioned, but all these players are pull out of the Richmond club except for June, who pulls out of the Dunbar club.
Richmond, of course, very well known in the Lower Mainland for their excellent development, especially of young bowlers.
Yes, they are a very competitive club. They have social club members, and they also have um, a, a huge amount of players that bowl throughout the Lower Mainland in competition.
So what was interesting, oh, they just it, for a moment, June Huan indicated that they were down one. So we shall see. Luck second bowl. Here is the fourth set. This is coming in. It's nice. Just a bit too much weight. Almost took the jack with it, but
Well,
may not have had much of a benefit if it did.
well, he's got one more bowl. If he was able to pick up that jack and bring it back, him and June, the blue bowl next to his, he could do some damage here. Um, and I believe James is looking at that possibility right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't put a back bowl in just to prevent that.
Mm-hmm. And you'd have to be quite gentle with the jack there just to make sure it doesn't go all the way back to the ditch. Because if, well, actually, no, you'd still be holding, so you'd be in good position. See if what James Chen decides to do with his final shot here. Chen took a moment to get himself reset on the mat.
Looks like he's got a great bowl here.
It's coming right in there, and he might kiss off it, and yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That may be enough to be holding. They could be holding three here.
From this angle, it does look it, but we'll just have to see. But I'm not sure if Earl can get around that orange bowl or not to move the jack.
It is certainly going to be a difficult challenge here.
He might just come into the head with a bit of weight and hopefully hope for the best on touching the jack back.
And here comes some power. Or Luck looking to try and break up what could be a big end if this just takes out his partner's bowl there. And it looks to be three, isn't it?
Yes. And as we're doing this, I'd like to just reiterate, I understand we had audio problems at the beginning, so I'd just like to give a shout out to Mark Raymond from Chile, who's traveling the States at the moment, and Louise and Denise in the UK that I know will be watching, and also my sister Darlene, who's a great supporter of me. And I took her, actually, she visited me this year, and I actually took her around to the club and she was impressed.
Well, it's not hard to believe. It's an impressive facility. As we know, it is the only indoor facility in North America that is up to World Bowl standards.
Yes, and other players across Canada come in here and they are impressed and they really, really enjoy bowling in here. They do bowl on a carpeted surface with inside arenas across the on temporary surfaces, I should say, across Canada, and that keeps them in shape for the outdoor season. So if they have an opportunity to do that, I encourage people to do that.
So we're to the fifth end, and the rink of James Chen and Anita Lee have opened up a pretty healthy 8-0 lead right off the top. And
Oh,
that's unfortunate for June Huang's opening bowl.
certainly is. She had a great bowl there, and just a matter of you think 120 feet and you miss by an inch. That's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, this game can break your heart.
That's for sure, Bill. Truer words have never been spoken. Wow.
Yeah.
What a great positional bowl that is.
He just finding the room to land in the back there without without dramatically affecting the position of her opening goal.
Now, June just has to, oh, if she's got the weight, she's not going to get it.
Anita Lee with in her final goal of the fifth end. Yeah. And she continues to be the story of this match. What an excellent final goal. So Jack is covered, and her luck motioning to her his partner June Wan that might be time to break up that log jam by the Jack.
Yes, yes. Anita's bowling so well. Look at the grouping of those bowls. Look at this.
June Wan, though, with a nice answer.
What a beautiful bowl that is.
So needed at this point. That is an excellent shot from June Wan. If you're looking at how close things are there, it's may even be difficult for the players down there to determine who's holding at the moment.
Yeah. From this angle, it looks like June's bowl is slightly on an angle, so hopefully it doesn't fall over. If it does,
Using our digital zoom, I'm going to get right in there just to see how close it actually is. And now, I'll show you the angle here. Forgive all the digitization here on this shot, but this is what the players are looking at right now. That's how close things are at the moment.
it does look like Anita still has the shot, though. There's a little bit of gap.
Skips take over. just a bit too much weight and goes into the ditch. Was obviously looking to move either the jack or one of those bulls. With his first bull. And at the moment, they don't really have anything behind the jack at the moment. Which makes any contact a little bit risky. I'm trying to take the back of the ditch and use it more successful. Chen did not seem overly happy after releasing the bull. Doesn't work out that poorly though for him, as he does manage to bump his partner's bull back behind the jack. And that is a bit of a better position for him than what he had prior to that shot.
If Earl can capitalize on this at the end of his last bowl, depending on what James does here. They're both coming down to have a look. It's that close, so a lot is riding on this end. I can see Earl is being very animated there, explaining to June what he's hoping or thinking.
Jet with his final skip bull. See if they can build on their 8-0 lead in the fifth.
But he's just trying to put a block in there. I think they're probably holding. So he's just trying to block it. The girl would love to move that jack just back just a little bit.
Here's the fifth end. Once again, lots of power behind this. Lots of weight.
No, just a bit wide.
It's going to go right through the head now. It's going to be interesting here to see who takes the point.
Again,
No, they have decided already. It's a single point once again for the rank of Chen and Li. They are now up 9-0 after 5 ends. And we'll be back in just one moment after a word from our sponsor.
The Pacific Coast Open is brought to you in part by the Matheson Family Foundation, a registered charity organization. Having donated more than $1 million to more than 250 charities and organizations, it's all about giving back to the community.
match day one here at the Pacific Coast Open here in Vancouver, BC, Pacific Indoor Bowling Club. I'm Bill Curry along with Jim Aiken, and we are into the sixth end here, where the rink of James Chen and Anita Lee have a quite solid 9-0 lead over the rink of Earl Luck and June Wong. Once again, Anita Lee opening up, putting them under pressure right on the jack, right from the open.
Look at that. Yes, she's been playing so consistently.
Second ball comes up just a bit short. Second ball. It's farther to the bat. And the lead's really spreading things out after that opening ball. June Wan's final ball of the sixth end here, 6:14 that we're playing this afternoon here in Vancouver. And positions nicely behind Jack.
Yeah, June is playing some good positional bowls, but that Anita is she's strong by putting a bowl on the jack pretty well in her first bowl. If not her first, she's done it in her second.
Again, though, lots there for the skips to work with.
Yes, Bill, you got that right. There is.
Chen's opening ball. It's a weight, little narrow.
Okay. Earl's bowl looks pretty good coming in at the moment.
He's right on the jack.
Oh,
Sit and tap. Didn't get the luck on the rebound there, but Bill nicely at play. May not be able to tell the color distance on our overhead camera. It is Anita Lee's white bowl that is holding right now. And it was Earl Luck's bowl that the white and the purple behind it. But that's a nice response there by James Chen. And it appears they may be holding two now.
yes, it looks that way. But it was a great response by James Chen. Earl doesn't look happy with that.
No, he's trying to come in there with some power to try and break things up, and just didn't have the line.
Well, Earl's got one more bowl left, so hopefully he'll be able to adjust.
And then both heading down, just see what the condition is. And afterwards is full goes all the way to the back of the ditch, but that adds a level of protection.
Yes, because he's also, at this point, he's actually covering the tee also. So if the jack goes out of bounds, he's got the tee covered. The tee meaning the 2 meter mark.
This is what Earl Luck is looking at here on his final hole. Came with power last time. Let's see if he can do it this time. Is
he close?
quite determined, and he's going to get
He's
something,
got
and
it.
that's a great shot.
Good ball.
There's exactly what Earl Luck needed
Yes.
right here and now as they appear to take two.
And now it'll be interesting to see if they change the length of the jacks of the game, the jack length, because so far they've been playing pretty full length, or I should say at least medium plus. And so yes, it looks like they're going to shorten it up. Move the mat up. You can move the mat right up to the hog line. So a very movable point. One of the objects is too is that you've got to be careful if you move it up too far and you throw the jack, you hope it doesn't go into the ditch.
Yeah, you shorten up the game considerably.
Yes.
So they're
So that'll Earl and June will really appreciate being on the board. That's a relief. Hopefully remove some of the pressure that they've endured.
and so important this time too. So you're at a point of the match. You're not out of it by any stretch here. In the sixth end or the seventh end, but you're going to overcome that kind of deficit. You've got to get the wheels in motion now.
Yeah. And even if it gets down to the 13th, 14th, or 12th end, and it's physically impossible to win a game, you have to play. These are the round robins. Every end has to be played.
But Anita Lee has just been relentless with her lead bowls. This attempt there for Bond, but just not enough there to move that ball or rest up against it.
Well, now that now that June Wan has just touched the white ball, hopefully she can compensate just enough to rest it.
And how about that from Anita?
What a response. look at this. She did. Oh my goodness, she's going to.
Looked like the perfect adjustment here.
It certainly did. It was, again, millimeters. But it gives Earl more options, so that's good. But here's the neat look at this.
And just uses the blue bowl. It tapped right in there, and now so again it leaves James Chen in a very strong skip position here in the seventh end, knowing that they're holding two and got a bit of a wall behind that jack.
I'm sure Earl's probably thinking if he can't get draw shot dead, if he could burn the jack to the side, the jack would be put on the 2 meter mark, which they control. Great green.
The front.
Great green, just a touch short, as you can see.
Going right for the tee.
Yes, he realizes that himself. Lawn bowls. You got to play it like a good game of chess. Match your player.
Don't say that know lots about line and weight in this game, but it's really the chess match that draws you into it.
Come on,
And
Earl.
look at that from Earl.
Okay.
That is a beautiful shot.
Yes. Yes. I like that. He knew that if he went a bit narrow, he stood a chance to do exactly what he did. So he took percentages and it paid off.
James Chen is going in with a wrecking ball.
Look at this.
Oh,
My goodness.
that could not have worked out better.
That was so far, that has to be the best shot we've seen.
Yeah, best shot of the day.
It looks good. Wow.
And
Anita's very, very happy there.
they will have a very good look at this, but
Well,
these options are not very good right now unless you can get that jack back there.
and he might be looking at the fact that right now he's 3 down, and he could be looking at the fact if I was able to burn it, I'd only be 1 down.
Quite possibly, yes.
Or if he just tapped the jack back to the left-hand side from your screen here, he could pick up 2 shots.
And he had a very nice precision shot just before Chen came in with a knockout.
That's exactly right.
And you also have to take into account that it's going to be James Chen of his final ball here in this end. Luck with his fast ball of the seventh end. Just wide.
Sure.
And this opens up a free play for James Chen on his final.
Yes. And there's Anita. I mean, they're working as a team. She's showing him, in case he's missed it, all he has to do is draw up to that blue bowl, move the blue bowl back, and they can pick up 5 here. And that's one thing about pairs. You have to work as a team. And if your lead sees something and you might miss, it's always good to talk.
And an opportunity here, really break the game open. Just a bit too much. So he'll settle for 3, but still a huge end for the rink of James Chen and Anita Lee here in the 7th. And we will be back with more bowls for you from the Pacific Coast Open just after this word from our sponsor.
Pacific Mid-Front Parks and Recreation.
And welcome back.
Yes, James and Anita were powerhouse in the first game that they played this morning. They won their first game by 18 shots. So they've obviously been playing well.
Certainly a bright start to the tournament for them so far. Up 12-2 right now, but they're still halfway through the match.
And well, James and Anita did score 12 in the first 7 ends, so that can easily change. Earl and June could easily get another 12 or 10 in the second half.
And we have seen it happen more many, many times.
Yes. But I do think June is having just a slight problem with her weight at the moment. She seems to be getting the green, especially coming this way.
Just a reminder, this is the first of 2 matches that we will bring your way this afternoon, coming up at about 3:30 Pacific time. We'll have the final match of this group round robin from groups 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, and that'll be we'll be broadcasting the teams of Vincent Mai and Jordan Koss competing against Nathaniel Hugh, and Julian Poon. So we're looking forward to that because we know that these are good bowlers also.
And Vince Mai, of course, is a mainstay here at PIBC, and he'll be joining us in the color commentary booth tomorrow. Nathaniel Hoy and Julian Poon's rink really turned some heads at last year's Pacific Coast Open, making it all the way to the final, which was quite something for the young pair.
Yeah, I
Should also be fun. Nathaniel Hoy also established himself pretty well last year with some of the colorful Hawaiian shirts he wore during the tournament.
right, and I can see at the moment like they are playing. Nathaniel and Julian are playing on rink 6 at the moment, and they have a lead of 13-2 after 9 ends.
In our match, though, June Huan has opened up very well here in the eighth end for her ring, possibly holding two here. Maybe only one.
What is a very good start. That's to hold shot after you deliver your bowls. That's a good.
If, if a lead can do anything, at least be holding. James Chen with his first bowl coming in. Yes. Just tries to raise and the Lee's bowl up front. He's saying it's one in the measure at the moment.
And his ball's not turning in as fast as the others, but it's come in finally. Okay, it looks like they might be line two now. The jack isn't really touching the bowl, so he might be able to move it off without any movement. He'd pick up a few if he can do this, but no.
With a bit of power here.
Yeah, but he's just gone a bit narrow. Okay, June has indicated they're up two.
And for what will send down to the back.
What's got to be going through Earl's head at the moment is how can he convert right now they're line two. If James doesn't make the shot, how can he get three out of it? Or four? Because at this stage, you really have to pick up, start getting the shots.
Yep, you start thinking more about how do you score multiple points and not just winning the end.
He's coming down with weight. But again, he's gone narrow.
Yeah.
Missed the head.
Go all the way to the ditch. And here's the opportunity for Earl Luck to perhaps come up with the big end that they need right now.
Well, if you can come up to that side bowls, the white bowl, just chip it to the side and lay, you could pick up three here or even four, depending on how that side bowl is, the white side bowl.
Final bowl of the eighth end.
Looks like he's just trying to draw in. He's a bit heavy. What's going to happen though? Tap. Oh.
Yeah, but they take points. And just what they need right now. One for sure. And now the leads will work out. Going to measure for second and maybe a third here.
Do you have any opinion on this? I've been reading about this laser measures.
I've only seen one, and I know one person who swears by it. And whoever comes up with the measure where you don't have to kneel down and actually do it, I think they're the one who's going to make the money.
Exactly. Exactly. I can see them eventually have a chip inside the center of the jack, a chip inside the center of a bowl, and you go from center, or say you have a size 4 bowl, size 5 bowl, the center chip of the bowl would indicate the radius of the or the diameter of the bowl so that you have an accurate reading. But of course, I just put that out there, and some teenager is going to come up with a great solution and make a fortune. And I wish them all the luck.
So once again, we're looking at a very short jack here. Didn't pick up two in that end in order to narrow the lead to 12-4.
Well, every point counts. So if they can't win this game, they got to try to keep it close because it comes down to shots for and against, as well as number of wins.
And that's the best opening goal we've seen from Tijuana today. That's
Yes.
outstanding.
Yes, it is. Great ball.
And pulls up short. Going wide, but taking the tee here. A useful ball.
The tee is so important in these games. It doesn't take much to move the jack, and if it gets out, it's respotted at the tee.
One makes an attempt to retake the tee. Drifts a bit far. And Juan will be holding here as the skips head down here in the ninth end.
And as like the last end, they were holding, and they ended up with two. So let's see if it'll repeat.
Nice encouragement there from James Chen to his lead. Chen coming in.
He's got a good positional bowl there. Earl's not going to like this one. Just a wee bit short.
So
Earl's coming down to have a look.
right now, looks to be June Wan's blue ball holding at the moment. Off to the right hand side, we see Anita Lee's lead ball. A straightforward situation there, is it, Jim?
No, it's I don't know what's Earl's trying to think of how he can get more than one out of this, but then again, he has to protect the one. So it's going to be a rough shot. Hopefully, maybe he's just going to try to draw in between those poles. No,
Going around the near sides. So with James Chen with control of this ninth end. Really only down one. Do you want to take much of a chance here, Jim?
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that. But if he can get that out, he could pick up a one or two, maybe three. Um, but moving the jack could be detrimental. He could go down more than one. So
There's a lot of risk here, although
yes,
seems to be coming in strong here.
yeah,
He's taken no chances on this
none.
and surrenders the single point here in the end. Narrows the lead down to 12 to 5 after 9 ends, but it's one of those better safe than sorry situations.
Yes. So they need to get 7 to tie with 5 ends to play.
And once again, we're going to move the mat up here and try and shorten this rink a bit.
Seeing those broadbeach shirts, I should say, from Australia, reminds me of a club that I bowled in there, and that is a suburb of Sydney, Cronulla, RSL club. So if anybody is down that way and wants to have a good roll up, by all means, drop into that club. It's a beautiful location, wonderful members, and I highly recommend it. They've got a great club there.
So, places you have bowled, Jim, some of the most spectacular spots in the world.
Well,
You should be in another time. You could have been a travel agent.
I know, I know. I love, I love bowls, and I try to bowl wherever is possible.
And
So,
many members of this club have traveled to places like Australia, New Zealand, and Hong Kong in order to
yes,
bowl.
yes, Hong Kong is a wonderful place to bowl too. They've got a really, really, as you can see, a lot of these members you see today bowl here in the summer and winter in the Hong Kong. Well, what I was surprised to see this year is the World Indoor Bowls had Switzerland and countries I've never heard had bowls before. Suddenly, so bowls must be expanding, at least on the indoor front.
Now, we all know how big bowls here is in the lower mainland of British Columbia. I mean, there's just so many places. There are over 20 at the last time I looked.
Yes, you got that right. And they love to travel and they love to compete. So that's good. once you get a person involved in the competitive side of it, you pretty well got them hooked.
And some spectacular venues here as well, if you want to include, the famous Stanley Park Bowling Club.
Oh, that's my club, yes. Yes.
Mine as well. Even if it wasn't, I think it'd be hard pressed for anyone to deny it's one of the most spectacular settings in the world.
And when you do travel and you happen to mention it, like many people that do travel come to Vancouver, and if they happen to be bowlers, Stanley Park is, they remember it.
June Wong has really picked up the lead end of things here in the later go.
Well, yes, they're lying two at the moment. It's all because something's happened to son of a. Anyway.
Well, we do have 5 other rings.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! Oh, anyway.
Just misses, but no, June Wan has had an excellent end here so far. Here in the 10th. Here is the leads finish up, and Earl Luck will line up his first shot here in the 10th.
As you can see, June has come on ever since they've changed the length of the jack. So they've shortened it up. And for people, technically, if you shorten the way she's shortened it, she's moved the mat up. And therefore, the jack is at the 2-meter mark. She could have left the mat back at the 2-meter mark and put it to the hog line. 2 different strategies.
And Chen knocking that first one there. Yeah, Lackawanna rink is up by 1 and a measure by the looks of things.
Yes.
It's indicated.
Let's see.
And inch by inch, they're trying to find a way back into this match. It's just a matter of how many ends do you have left?
Exactly. Well, he's got 2 now, possibly 3.
Very nice.
It's interesting when Earl's bowls falls down. You can see the purple on one side and the white on the other, and when it's falls to the white side, you're getting slightly confused with that of Anita's. Oh, look at this bowl. Just
fine.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Wasting no time whatsoever with this last ball here.
Well, yeah, because he's got a shot in mind and he doesn't want to suddenly confuse it with another shot in mind.
There is the 2-hour time limit to take into account. We're about an hour and 40 minutes into it so far. Maybe an hour and 40 minutes, maybe an hour and 35 minutes. So it's much concern at the moment.
They are on the 9th. They're on the 10th end, so they got 4 more ends. They've been doing a lot of walking up and down, so that's going to take time away from actual bowling. But
at the same time, both of these teams have been pretty good at keeping the game moving. They're not no one of course, deliberately taking up time.
No. They've got to. I mean, every time they come down, it isn't frivolous at all. They've got important shots to make. The jack's in the middle of them. I've seen people walk down when there's no bull within 3 feet of the jack, just because they need to break up the rhythm or something.
James Chen's final hole of the 10th.
Look at this.
It's coming right in on the jack.
Oh.
Yeah, this is. And once again, another opening here.
So they got 3.
Luck and Juan, and maybe one more.
From this angle, it looks like it's James, but we're not right over top of the jack. So
And once again, these players are experienced enough that they can often visually check when they pull out the measure. It's because they're not sure.
what I find when I bowl in here is, because they've got dots on the green, is that if a bowl and the jack are pretty close to a dot, my eyes get drawn to it, and I have trouble if it's close by like an inch or so. My eyes get drawn to the dot, and I have trouble giving an accurate count. Out comes the measure a lot for me.
Yeah. We didn't see exactly how the measure worked, but we do see 12-8 on the board, and we could say we have ourselves a ball game.
Well, where I was sitting, I was able to watch the measure, and the distance wasn't that it wasn't that close. It looked to be about an inch and a half from where I was sitting due to the tape, and that could be because of the angles and of the carpeting, the dots. But it's best to make sure. You never know. Yes, they've come a long way since the 7th end, haven't they?
This is turning into a decent comeback so far. I mean, there's still some miles to go here, but at the same time, they've responded quite well here in the second half of this match as to a match that was looking to position to really get away from them early.
Well, considering they've only got 4 ends to play and they're only 4 down, which is a better position than they had a few ends ago. You got a haircut. What the heck is setback? Oh, sorry. The guy was in the way, and I thought I wasn't reading the score right. James was in the way, and I didn't see. I had to do a double take.
We also have lots going on here, with 5 other rinks in action at the same time. This temptation to have a look around and see what's going on around the other rinks, but we're focused on our match here, and it's a good one.
It certainly is. Having played on 4, I know that the ditch side can be a bit tricky, and these guys are playing it very, very well. So I'm very impressed with that. That's good. And then next game we're going to be displaying rink 5, which is probably one of the best rinks in the house. At least, in my opinion, I enjoy it.
It is often a championship rink here for PIBC tournaments here. Of course, it's smack dab where you see the seating area. And some of these tournaments, as you can see, as you'll definitely see as we hit the weekend, can draw a bit of a crowd. It's one of the things when you move up when you move the mat up, you've got to move the bowls up with it.
It's a long walk. Then they have, I see this end is not as close as they'd like it to be. Everybody's jack shy.
Yeah, it's yeah, we've seen much tighter heads than this throughout this afternoon's match so far.
Earl looks like he's, yes, there's a shot. Look,
Chad bowling quickly. And just touches off his partner's shot in front.
and of course he went in and the ball fell backwards. So I'm not sure if he would have been shot if he'd fallen inwards.
One will hang in there.
Earl's very heavy for that bowl. I don't know what his thinking was at that point. Momentary lack of concentration.
And as tournaments go, I mean, that's a long day of bowling for a lot of people. We're only the second match in for these bowlers. They have been here since this morning, but they still have a ways to go.
That's true. Each one of these bowlers that's out here playing today have another game to play. Now, after the first game, they broke for lunch, but this between the second and third game, there's not much time allowed.
No, we were informed it'd be quite a tight turnaround time between the end of this game and the resumption of the tournament with the final match of the round robin for these players in the mixed pairs. And Shattuck's final bowl here in the 11th end. With luck holding,
Look at this.
That could be enough.
Could be. Oh, it fell down.
And then it fell backwards, of course. It always does. And
he doesn't
Chad
yeah.
did not like that at all.
Did not like that at all.
So now the lead narrows to 3.
With 3 ends to play.
Yeah. What looked like was going to be a big lead here. And we'll just fix this up as they adjust adjust the mat is pretty much almost as far up as they can go. We're going to the 12th end of 14, and Rinka, Earl Luck, and June Bond have brilliantly fought back in this one. Down 8-0, 9-0 or not.
They certainly have. It only takes them to get control of the mat just to change that length. You never give up. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to get all 14 ends in because it's according to the time, they've only got about 7 or 8 minutes left.
Yeah, it could. Time is certainly a factor here.
Well, Anita's coming in. Looks like she's adjusted her weight quite a bit. So this could be very, very close. No, actually,
Is that short?
comes up short. I was wrong. Oh, well, everybody says I'm not perfect.
Still quite open here.
Well, she
Delivers her final bowl here on the 12th end.
looks like she's made a great adjustment
Nice.
and fell in. I think it's became shot by doing that.
But certainly it's either shot or second. But yes, from this angle, looks like it may indeed be holding. Wasting no time with that. Once again, time is a factor.
Yes.
Just to know that if the bell does go off, they can finish the end. They will finish any end that the bell goes off in as long as the jack has been delivered.
Well, Earl's not going to be happy with what he just did.
Sure, I'm trying to turn inside there a bit. No change is the word.
She still says it's a measure, so oh, he's changed his hand. He was going to take his forehand. Now he's taking his back. He looks wide.
Both skips. Take it to walk.
Oh, look at this.
Again,
Oh,
just nudges by it untouched.
Earl's come down to have another look to make sure how close the measure is. If he favors his. Also an opportunity to see the layout of the bowls exactly, to see if he moves the jack, if he can pick up more than one.
It's everything behind the bowl is a bit difficult to maybe get more than one or two.
Yeah, it looks pretty evenly dispersed. But at this point of the game, every point counts. And of course, with James having last bowl, I mean, Earl's
Maybe grab one here. Now, this measure is going to be very important in this match.
yes.
It's only a point, but it's a critical point at this moment.
Yes. If Earl gets it, that means they're only down two. But if James gets it, it means it'll be 4 points.
James Chen still has his final ball here and make
Yeah.
all the difference here.
I think he might have been looking at removing June's bowl, topping it out.
And it'll go narrow, go through the head.
Yeah, it just went wide.
It's going to be just 1 point, but to which side?
It's a good question.
I'm just going to measure it right away.
Yes, time is running out. They can see the big clock.
This is the measure on the 12th end. There is a large digital clock here. It doesn't count down the time, but the players certainly know what time they started, and they can keep an eye on that in order to just get an idea of how much time they have actually left to play with.
You can see they're struggling, and with the time, Earl's grabbed the mat for the lead just in case they want to get another end in. It doesn't matter whose shot it is; they want to get another end in. Oh, it went to the Anita, it went to James.
And that's a big point that they needed, if
Yeah.
that is indeed the case, because
But she's got to throw the jack before.
it is now a 4-point lead. And one would have to think this is quite likely the last end.
Yes. Okay, to get this last end in. I know down at my own club, Stanley Park, they had at one point we'd made a rule that a new end started once the jack has been picked up, because we had incidents where when it was timed, especially for club events, players were scrambling to get that last end in, and so they were tripping over the bowls. So for safety reasons, we decided to make a rule some years ago saying a new end starts the moment the jack is picked up, so that there's no jumping around trying to get that last end in.
Yeah. And you know, if you're not familiar with lawn bowls, you wouldn't think of safety being much of an issue here, but there's a lot of things that you can trip over here.
Yes. You think about it, when you're playing fours or you're playing triples, you're looking at, 16 bowls on the green.
Hmm.
Plus a bunch of people running around scrambling. So
And a nice lead bowl there from June Hong.
yes. Most of the other games have finished their 14 ends. So you can tell this is a very tight game. It was very
On second travels towards the back near the tee.
I can see every decision we made didn't work out. There were bad decisions. Yeah, just every decision we made didn't work out. Oh, over here? Yeah, I mean,
And three
what
is
hurt
a
it?
very nice bowl right behind Long's blue bowl there that will easily limit some of the opportunities here.
Better draw 500.
Oh, that's a very good positional boulder. Look at that.
Great bowl with a nice little flop at the end for one.
That gives Earl a lot of options.
The stage 4 is the magic number.
So James is going through his head. How do I protect myself from losing? So can't lose a 4.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Very quick bowl here. He seems optimistic that maybe they can get that 14th end in.
Well, if they started to, yeah. Start this up.
All eyes now
Look at this.
this match, and that's a
Oh my goodness.
nudged it
He nudged it,
far.
and now he's down 1. What he was trying to do there was come up on that on Anita's bowl to the right there, and that would have given him 3.
It was a big gamble that they had to take at this point, and unfortunately, it didn't pay off. There's still 2 balls left to be thrown here.
Yes, and there's still opportunity there. He's got 1 more bowl left. If he can come in. Okay, what has James done here? Okay, so he can pick up 4 here quite easily if he able to rest Anita's bowl. It looks that way. I'm not sure how James's bowl, if it comes into play.
So if you look at the mouse cursor here, this is Eric Luck's bowl. This is June Wong's bowl. This is June Wong's bowl. And that's
Anita's.
Anita Lee's bowl. So you'd think there needs to be some sort of combination where this goes away or this comes into here.
Yes.
It's a tall order.
Yes, it's a very tall order. But I've seen Earl make shots like this before.
There's the bell, so this is the final shot of the match.
Well, he's looking
Coming in.
good.
It's coming in. Let's see where it goes. It's going to nudge it. Oh, no. Just
jeez.
passed it.
Good grief. They had the right idea. The opportunity was there and just a bit too heavy.
So the rink of James Chen and Anita Lee will remain unbeaten here in the early part of the round robin. And rink of Earl Luck and June Huang with a tremendous comeback in a match that looked to be getting away from them early, but still managed to provide some really exciting goals here and chance of a really big comeback here at the end.
It was a very impressive. Everybody bowled well. You can say that. I mean, the first half was dominated by James and Anita, and the second half was pretty well dominated by Earl and June.
So as we mentioned, this is just our first of two matches that we're presenting this afternoon. So we will sign off for now and be back. So if you're watching on YouTube, you do need to sign out of this stream and keep an eye out for the next stream that's coming up. And we'll have our next match for you coming up shortly. Thanks for joining us. For Jim Aiken, I'm Bill Curry. Thanks for joining us. And we're here at the Pacific Coast Open. We'll see you soon.
It's really good information.